Good day, Forex trader, and welcome to the first webinar for May. So today, I just want to go through the watch list, see what's going on with the Rand and even Brent crude, just to get an idea of where the Forex market is and what's going on in terms of what environment we are in. Okay, so we can start off by looking at the AUD/USD. You can see that it's broken out of its downtrend for the first time. It broke out actually at 10 o'clock today, and now it's going to be retracing a little bit, and this is the first possible entry that we could get in at. So I'm just going to write it down. Normally I like it breaking out and then retesting a certain level to show that it's going up from here. So I'm just writing AUD/USD, and I'm going to say the entry could be around 7465. Okay. And then later on, I'll do a little bit more analysis to see how probable the trade is. Good. We've started off on a good start. Then we've got the Euro/USD, which is something that I've still not traded for many months, or probably even 2-3 years. And the reason is because the patterns just don't line up. The market goes up, then goes down, and it enters into a consolidation sideways pattern, which shows no sign for a certain trend. It's a very difficult currency to trade. Now we're looking at the cable. The cable is still very volatile, especially with what's going on in the UK with, especially with Brexit. There is Theresa May has asked for another referendum and voting for the Brexit, but also because of these, the UK is at its highest threat level for terrorism. And this can have a huge impact on the pound. You can even see over here with this type of candle, these are things that we avoid. So I am avoiding cable at the moment. Cable is the slang term for GBP/USD. Okay, but I am watching it until it does show some form of equilibrium. Okay, next we've got the USD/JPY, the United States dollar against the Japanese yen. And what you can see is that it's gone sideways this whole time, and then it broke out of the sideways movement, but it was not a very confirmed break. And why I say that is because it broke out and then it just shows these sideways candles, and now it looks like it's going to test these levels. So it's what I call a medium probability trade to get in at this moment, purely because it hasn't confirmed its breakout, a strong breakout per se. Okay, the USD CAD, unfortunately, I was looking at to go long the USD CAD today, actually at about 7 o'clock in the morning. But as I told you before, I always look at the general trend. And the general trend shows downside. And it made this beautiful cup and handle, which is what I look for. Then it breaks out of the trade. And then it normally tests around this level. But look at this. If we got in, it would be approaching the stop loss. So this was a trade that we avoided a loss. Even though the setup was here, the problem was the overall trend. Okay, next we've got GBP/AUD. Anything with GBP I'm trying to avoid. So for example, this was a form of a cup and handle. It showed upside, and now it's testing the level again. It could go up to our take profit, but the problem is the GBP. I'm trying to avoid cable. It might be this entire year. I'm not too sure. And as you know, I like to add also onto the watch list, which I'm watching other currencies. Until then, I will let you know. USD/CHF, the United States dollar against the franc. Also, general trend is down, sideways movement, no confirmed breakout. So what it tells you is that the Forex market is very jittery at the moment. It doesn't know where it wants to go. And, even though there are different currencies that have different effect on the factors, the general sentiment is the same. Whatever happens in the Europe, for example, can affect a number of currencies, like the pound can be affected and the euro can be affected, which may have some form of indirect or direct impact on the yen. So the Euro/JPY, now what this is called a diamond formation. Okay, now the diamond formation is normally a continuation pattern depending on the breakout. So you can see how it forms this diamond. Okay, And now it's broken out of the diamond, but it's not a confirmed breakout just yet. And you can see it's gone back into the formation. It confirms that jitteriness with the market. So nothing going on here, but it's even if you could get a little bit of education from Forex market, and so you can identify what type of patterns are lining up and how you should feel about it. Because I don't incorporate emotions into trading with profits and losses, but I do incorporate emotions in terms of the general market and the trend. So this here just does not feel comfortable. I don't know if it feels comfortable with you. Right. Then we've got the NZD USD, which was going our way and it looked okay, but then it broke down and it hit our stop loss. Now, this was not based on a breakout trading. This was based on a trend trading system, which I like using, and 65.2% of the time we do get it right. Okay, and it's basically where there is an uptrend, and then it forms an even stronger uptrend, and I expected it to accelerate to our take profit, but it looks like there is more of equilibrium. So it can form a cup and handle from here, and then we'll just get straight in. I mean, we're risking 2% of your portfolio, and if you're risking more, you're going to feel emotional, and it's going to not be a good ride with Forex. So I need you to, if you don't know how to risk 2% of your portfolio, phone your broker and say, what can I use to make sure that I don't risk more than 2% of my portfolio? They'll give you a formula according to their broker trading platform. Okay? Excuse me. Next, we've got the Euro AUD, which is on the watch list at the moment. I haven't traded it. I don't know if it's on a lot of platforms, but I am watching it to see if there's any trends. But as you know, this looks like a sideways pattern and nothing looks strong for breakout. Okay, so all we've got going so far is the AUD USD, which could be the next potential trade, but I am waiting for a little pullback around this level. Okay, and I'm sure by the end of this video it could be testing that level, and then I'll be sending the trade to you. But let's take a look now, just to be a little bit different, at the USD ZAR to see what is going on. So let's look at the weekly chart. The weekly chart has shown from 2013, when it was 9 Rand 77, it formed this trend line. Okay, then it accelerated where the US dollar started to strengthen, and it accelerated even more where this was a little bit problematic. Now, when a stock market moves beyond the 45-degree trend or angle, basically it becomes unsustainable, almost like how bubbles form. Because you can see it even went even further, and it went over 70 to 80 degrees up. And that's when it was unsustainable. And that was in 2016 where it broke below, and I said, you know what, this thing is going to strengthen. I don't care what's going on in politics or the economy or anything like that. The market is showing that the US dollar is overbought, and now it's going to be showing Rand strength, which is what it's been doing. And I've still got a target, believe it or not, at 10 Rand 44. And it looks like it's going to be approaching that level. Maybe not, this year, but in 2018 or so, we could be at the 10 Rand 44 level. There's no signs showing that the Rand is going to weaken any more than this. It's hitting this resistance again and again and again. Okay? So rather than read the news and be influenced by the hearsay and the media, just look at the chart and let it tell you where the market is going, not where the market will go. And where it's going gives you probability as where it will continue to go. And that is for the Rand to strengthen and the US dollar, the Rand to strengthen and the US dollar to weaken down to around 10 Rand 44 a dollar, which will be great. So you can prepare for nice holidays in Orlando, Florida. You want to take your kids to Disney World. It could be the time in 2018. But until then, we'll keep doing these videos and see what's lining up. Until then, I'm going to keep a careful eye on the AUD USD. Let's take a look. All right, so it's nearly approaching the entry level. Keep your phone close, and we will get into it very soon. Enjoy.